Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are going to be playing a fun little deck, Rokket Unchained. Now, in case you're wondering what the synergy is, Rockets, they like to kind of destroy cards in the form of Rocket Tracer, and Unchained, they like to destroy their cards even more. So right here, I have a meh hand. The problem with Unchained is that they do lock you into Fiends, which is why I tend to go for the Unchained Twin plays during the end of my turn. So right here I have a Rokket, not really the most optimal card to have in your hand, along with another normal summon in the form of Rocket Tracer. But that's perfectly fine. If I pop anything with Rocket Tracer, I can just summon Abominable Unchained Soul from my hand. I won't really summon it right now, probably on my opponent's turn when I have better cards to summon. So we're just going to go ahead, normal summon the Rocket Tracer, and we will special summon the Absoluter from our hand. We will go ahead, use the effect of my Rocket Tracer, pop the Absoluter, summon a Rocket from our deck. Absoluter will get the free search for a monster. We have Abominable Unchained Soul. Now that I really think about it, I think summoning this might actually be a good play, because then I will have the extra extender now that I look a bit into the future. And now I realize I had the Boral Regenerator in hand, so I didn't really need to use it. We're just going to search the Magna Rocket. I know I'm pretty indecisive. I could just use the Abominable Unchained Soul, discard something, maybe this Rokket, and pop the Silver Rocket so that I can get the special summon during the end of my turn. Now, if I were to just look about it into the future, I obviously get the boot sector launch. Then I can summon this Magna Rocket. Then I can use. No, I don't think popping that is the play. Well, I can always just revive it with my Boral Regenerator. So we're just gonna go ahead and link into Striker Dragon. We're going to use the effect of Striker Dragon, which will be searching boot sector launch. It's a really cool card. I remember how much people were saying how OP this card would be before the Rocket Revolt structure deck came out. I always thought Rockets would be super broken if they ever came to the TCG, but when the structure deck came, it was pretty lackluster. So we can just go ahead, go straight into some plays. Maybe we can go for some Delindrous Dragon Delindrous Dragon Quad Boral plays, ending on some pretty cool stuff. We also have the capability to go into Unchained Soul of Rage during the end of return, which is really great because it can help us practically super poly some of our opponents. So we're running out of time, we gotta do stuff quick. I'll just go straight for the Quad Boral. And now I realize that going for the Quad Boral might not have been the play, but that's okay. We'll just quickly do stuff. Running out of time. I mean, I know mistakes people make when they're running out of time. So I have the capability to do stuff, I guess. I think pretty much the priority is to just get that Unchained Soul of Rage on the field. Just go into any random link 3. Delindrous Dragon. Really? I don't have too many options right here, unfortunately. So, I might have to Delindrous Dragon pass. Going for the Quad Boral was a terrible misplay. If I went for a card like Booster Dragon, which had 2 diagonal arrows, I might have been able to do more stuff, but unfortunately, those misplays are really what made me lose. It's really what made me end on such a bad board. But Unchained Soul of Rage is actually a really decent card. It can get rid of one of your opponent's monsters to instantly go into a Dark Link monster. And the fact is that it can go into any Dark Link monster. So it can also go into some of your it can go into stuff like Boral Sword, into any Dark Link monster really. It can go into stuff like Cerberus too. It's a super cool card. So I think we're going for the Apprentice Illusion Magician. Yes, we are. We're up against Dark Magicians. Apprentice Illusion Magician will quickly get its search for the Dark Magician. Let's hope they don't have anything weird like a super poly. They probably do. Okay, he's going to the end of his main phase. Interesting. I'm just going to use the Unchained Soul of Rage because it only works during the main phase, I believe. Yep. And we are just going to go for the Unchained Soul of Anguish. Any other monsters he wants to summon will instantly vanish out of thin air. The problem with Dark Magicians, super inconsistent. You run way too many level 7 or higher monsters. He's going for Fusion Deployment. I've seen this card in a lot of meme decks, but I've never seen this been played against me in real life. So I'm curious to see what he's going to reveal. It has to be specifically listed. What did he reveal? I didn't really see what he revealed. He's going for the Eye of Timaeus. What a legend. But I thought he was declaring the end of his main phase, wasn't he? It's going for Dark Cavalry. I get. Oh, it can just go into any fusion monster that lists it. Interesting, very interesting. So we can just use the effect of the Unchained Soul of Rage. It can just it can add something to her hand. So I guess Abominable Unchained Soul is a thing. Dark Cavalry, I've never seen this. I will have to read this. It's 100 attack for each spell or trap on the field. That counts my boot sector launch. If it attacks, just inflict piercing damage. When something is activated that targets, do stuff. Okay, all I understood was not a lot. So we are just, I think our best bet here is to go for the Unchained plays. We can go use the Aruha. We'll have to see. He's going for the Dark Cavalry. He's going to negate the Aruha. I believe Aruha misses timing, I think. I'm not really sure. I think it missed timing, even though it's an if effect. So I can just go for the Rokket and destroy something myself. Then I can trigger Abominable Unchained Soul. And unfortunately, oh, it's not once per turn. I mean, I can still use the effect of Rokket since it was sent from it was destroyed on the field. And I can use the effect of Abominable Unchained Soul, summon it, and then I really want to go for the Unchained Soul of Disaster so that I can pretty much steal anything he has. Unchained Soul of Disaster pretty much has the exact same effect as any other given Unchained monster. I mean Unchained Soul of Rage. So I mean to activate his effect. Just eat that up. He doesn't. I believe that targets. But since he used up all of his negates for that, he will not be doing anything crazy. So yep, he scoops. He scoops. That's what Unchained Rockets can do, I guess. I did a crazy misplay at the start. I could have ended on so much better, but guess that's what happens when you're under time constraint. Konami rules are better. So I guess we'll go for the deck profile then. So right here I have the deck profile. Once again, I'm sorry for my really large misplay. I could have gone into something like a Heroic Seal and some LP stuff, maybe something like an IP Masquerena. There's a lot of stuff I could have done, but I guess time constraints. So we have the one Red Eyes Darkness Metal. This is not the errata version, this is pre-errata, and you're gonna be summoning him off LP. Pretty standard. I should probably put in some sort of Saryuja. I don't know why I am not running Saryuja at all. I should probably drop some of the trash. I mean, I haven't ever pulled off Heroic Seal of Heavenly Spheres with this deck because there are just so many better cards you can just go for. Like Unchained Abomination, stuff like Quadboral Delindrous Dragon, practically summoning 2 monsters from your graveyard for free, at the cost of discarding a card, of course. So I think I will just get rid of the IP Masquerena. I mean, you can, yeah, I'll get rid of the IP Masquerena. 2 dragons are meh. So right here, well, I just realized that's not gonna work, cause sorry, you just an Earth Dragon, and we need a. I believe Rocket Tracer can potentially lock us into a Dark Monster. So if I just check right here, just go into the Link monsters, Dragon Link monsters. I really need to find Dark Dragon Link monsters, mainly because I don't necessarily need that. So we have Darkness Metal. Darkness Metal is actually pretty decent. It's practically a Red Eyes Darkness Metal, except it is power crept to Oblivion. The new art for Red Eyes Darkness Metal kind of looks like this, but I think I'll put that in as a substitute for Saryuja. And it's practically a Saryuja, I guess, because it summons stuff from our graveyard. Theoretically better. And unfortunately it locks us out of Link monsters. Now all of this is trash. 5-headed Link Dragon, of course, is an incredibly powerful card. I think I will have to settle for the Saryuja. I know it is super I know it's super duper situational, but I'll have to settle for Saryuja. We have 1 Abominable Unchained Soul. You pretty much want to go first with this deck. Abominable Unchained Soul doesn't do too great in early game. It does super great mid game, but it is a pretty good extender, especially in tandem with cards like Rocket Tracer, which is a free pop to gain advantage, and then the extra special summon generates even more advantage. It's pretty great. We have double Unchained Soul of Disaster. It's practically a super poly for Link monsters. You also need these Unchained Soul monsters to go into your Link monsters. You can't use any of the Unchained Twins for them. So we're gonna have triple Absoluter, pretty standard. 1 Silver Rocket, 2 Magna Rocket, 1 Metal Rocket. I really want to put more Rocket monsters in this deck, but I couldn't find any space, and plus I wanted it to be more of an Unchained deck than a pure Rocket deck. Triple Rocket Tracer, it's a really great card, especially by the fact that every single Unchained Link monster is a Dark monster, so you can pretty much summon every single card in our extra deck, except the Saryuja, RIP Saryuja, and Heraldic Seals. Heraldic Seals is a dragon. Is light. So we have our triple Aruha. It can pop cards you control, so that also includes cards like these rocket monsters. So if you open like any rocket plus Aruha plus Abominable Unchained Soul, you can normal summon the rocket, special summon Aruha. During your end phase, you can summon Rocket Tracer. Then you can, during your opponent's turn, you can just end up popping the Aruha, and you can summon stuff from your deck. Then you can use Aruha's effect, summon another Unchained monster from your deck, and then if you choose to summon Abominable Unchained Soul, then it's a free pop, which is just a lot of advantage, which is why I think Aruha is probably the best Unchained twin. Maybe it's tied with Sarama, but Sarama is kind of situational by the fact that you do need to have an Unchained spell or trap, I guess. But Sarama, not only does it let you get resources back from your graveyard, on top of that it can pop another card on your field, which once again triggers cards like your Rockets or any of your Unchained Twins, summoning stuff, generating even more advantage. 2 Tour Guide, I'm thinking of taking this out. Really most people run Tour Guide with the Dark Spirit engine, but I think I should run the Dark Spirit engine. I might go over a bit over 40, but that's okay, I guess. Tour Guide can summon any Unchained monster from your deck, which can lead to Link plays. I guess I'm going to be taking out this Heraldic Seal for an IP Masquerena, because it's actually a decent it's a decent dark monster, I guess. So the Tour Guide is pretty much can summon anything from your deck. If it summons something like a Surama or a Rakia, you can just pop it with your Aruha to generate even more advantage. We have triple Abomination's Prison. It's practically a Rhoda. Triple Quick Launch to summon stuff from your deck. one Whale of the Unchained Souls. You only really need to run one. It's a very, very situational card. You can probably side in more because it's only really good going second when your opponent has cards on their field to pop. Double Barrel Regenerator, it's practically a Monster Reborn. A triple Boot Sector launch. I don't run Terraforming because Striker Dragon's practically a terraforming, and if you really need that terraforming for boot sector launch, you pretty much already have at least one rocket monster in your hand to use as material for Striker Dragon. We have 2 Escape of the Unchained and 3 Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. This is practically a Monster Reborn / summon from the hand. On top of that, it has the Unchained Twin effect to summon stuff from your deck. And Escape of the Unchained, it can theoretically generate advantage even during your opponent's turn, but once again, it's kind of slow, and you do need some opponent interaction for it too. Escape of the Unchained, I'm thinking of running 3. It's a super great card, but I guess I'll settle for 2 right now. I might change the deck in the future. For extra deck, we have our 1 Savage Dragon, practically Rocket Tracer plus anything. We have our 1 Unchained Abomination. Of course, Unchained Abomination. It's a really great boss monster, especially going second. Not only this can it has 3 different effects. All of them have different costs and requirements, but all of them are the same effect. Target 1 card on field, destroy it. It's an incredible card going second, and so is Boral Sword Dragon. Boral Sword Dragon is pretty much game. Even if your opponent has some form of defense against Boral Sword Dragon, I guess, then it's not game. But super duper duper great card. 1 Saryuja, it's really great with the Dragon Link stuff. The only real problem I have with this is that Rocket Tracer it locks you into dark monsters, so Saryuja isn't really the greatest card on earth, but super great nonetheless. Unchained Soul of Anguish, it's practically the same effect as Unchained Soul of Disaster, except now it's upgraded into a Link 3, and it also has a worse, it's beefier, but it has a worse floating effect. This really just it just adds stuff to your hand. This really summons them, so you can use them for pops of Rocket Tracer or Rakia. But it is once again really decent, and not only that, it can summon any Dark Link monster from your deck, not from your deck, from your extra deck. So you can consider going into stuff like Boral Sword or Unchained Abomination. I don't think he can go for the Boral Sword because it can only target 1 at a time. I will maybe I believe Zeraboros has a much more lenient. Nope. Well, it's 2+ effect monsters, which I guess that is better. I might have to think of making space for it. Maybe taking out the Striker Dragon. A Booster Dragon is trash anyways. Just get rid of the Booster Dragon. But once again, it can go into Zeraboros, so it's super duper duper great card. We have Unchained Soul of Rage. It can disrupt your opponent's plays during your opponent's turn, which really gives your deck a feel of control to it, which I think is super great. 1 Delindrous Dragon. The only real reason I run Delindrous Dragon is to use in tandem with Quad Boral Dragon. Use Quad Boral Dragon, tribute the Delindrous Dragon, summon, and you have to discard 1 too. Summon 2 rockets from your graveyard, and then you use Delindrous Dragon to summon itself. Just like that, you have 2 free monsters at the cost of discarding 1. It's pretty. You can do it pretty often. But that's a play I died to. In that last game right there, but I still disrupted my Dark Magician opponent, I guess. We have our 1 IP Masquerena. IP Masquerena is a Dark Link monster. It's a dark monster. Would you guess it? Would you Basically you can go into your IP mask arena using your Unchained Soul of Rage potentially, so you can also go into more stuff like this Zerobros right here if you're not able to go into this Zerobros already, if your opponent only has a one monster, doesn't have a link to or anything like that. We have the one Pisty, one LP, they're the unfair ones. They can just summon Red Eyes Darkness Metal, summon back from the grave, go into Saryuja, use Pisty, summon back Red Eyes Darkness Metal, summon back from the grave. Practically turns a Link 2 monster with 2 diagonal arrows into a Saryuja, or any other monster you would like, any other dragon monster you'd like to go for. Finally, just have 2 Striker Dragons. It's mainly the reason I'm not running any terraformings, because Striker Dragon is a terraforming on legs. So that was the deck profile. I hope you liked it. Do like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.